is there any segment that you guys would like to roll into first?
I was thinking more of like if anyone went to any gigs before like whole thing just locked down completely.
Before the world went to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Complete utter shit.
So for me, the last show that I went to was in Japan, which was it was December 29th, I believe, which was in Toshima. It was Hanako-san and Aguma-san, Ayame-san. That was pretty wild. I'd spent the whole day drinking Strong Zero from the Family Mart because it was so cheap and I can't believe it. I had arrived in Toshima by myself to a venue that I had no idea how the Japanese ticket system works. I'd messaged Hanako-san and she assured me that I had a reservation. So I just rocked up and hoped for the best. I turned up way before the doors were open and found 3 guys kind of standing outside drinking. And obviously in Japan, it's not acceptable to drink on the street. So I felt a bit of a bad boy, but it was fun. It's quite fitting to be fair, that we were going into a place where we were going to get treated like shit and spat at, and so it was pretty cool. Got in. That was a very, very fun gig, and I remember I was very drunk. Obviously, I was very drunk, and trying to navigate the Tokyo metro system back into Akasaka, where I was staying at the time, was interesting, should we say. It was probably the first time I've ever walked. I mean, we've all been to gigs and stuff, and getting home is either the best part of the night or the worst part of the night, isn't it? But it was probably the first time where I've ever been walking down a main street at midnight, and I felt so safe. Like, unfortunately, I was that foreigner, that gaijin, that was saying hello to everybody on the street, not knowing that that is socially inept, and socially you do not do that. But I didn't realise until I got disgusted looks from everybody. Sometimes you have to learn these things. But I wouldn't say that took away from the evening. It was rather pleasant. That would be mine. That I have not been to a show this year, unfortunately. I wish I had.
Which is a shame, but
it is a shame.
Yeah, my I'm gonna say my only show of the year was at the London's Underworld. It was back in February for Fate's Gear, which are an all-female steampunk metal band, and like, at the time they still do it every time, and they have like guest vocals for every tour or every show. And this one's from had a vocalist called Nana, who's from Theo Nova at the time. And with Fate Gear, like start of the roots with Destros, because there's a guitarist in the group called Mina who founded Destros, and then things happened over the past years. For like you had like Mary's Blood, of course Fate Gear, Love Bites, which are my favourite band, and like that was like one great weekend. Well, a great night, shall I say? And at the same time, I did get a bit drunk because I took my brother Peter from Beyond Senpai and a close friend of mine Henry and a work colleague of mine. And there was one thing that made me laugh that day too. At one point, that one of the members of the support group called Beneath the Embers, who are the main support and only support act, and one of the members looked like Robbie Williams.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Yep, they actually said that, and and it's still in my head to this day. I did get a bit drunk, and at the same time, it was throughout their European tour, and it was the only UK of the tour. Whole merch, I believe, was sold out completely. So
that's good.
I don't know if they had other merch for the rest of the European dates. So great night overall.
I wouldn't say I've been to any events this year. The only events that I've been to have been concerts I performed at. But the last concert I went to was the Gazette last summer. That was like
that was the first in years, apparently.
But to be honest, I was so lucky to get VIP tickets because when they came out online, I was doing a night shift, and I think within an hour the VIP tickets had sold out. So I bought the general admission, but then luckily somebody was selling a VIP ticket, so I managed to get one. The event was in Camden in London, the Electric Ballroom, I think it's called. And luckily, there's 2 girls that were organising the queues because even though the VIP were meant to be the first people in line to the venue didn't have a queuing system. So if these 2 girls hadn't gone through the queue to like get people signed up for VIP, I wouldn't have been like second row in the concert. Luckily enough, I got there quite well. I thought I was there early. I got up pretty early, but people were queuing up from midnight the night before the concert.
God.
Which absolutely mental. Luckily, I got like a hostel like down the road from the venue, so I was literally like 5 minutes walk away, which I felt was pretty lucky. But there was literally people in tents, which was absolutely insane. Because I know the Gazette's quite popular overseas, but I didn't realise how popular it was. So luckily, I managed to get to the merch table as soon as I'd got in. I managed to get a T-shirt and like a little key ring, because the members had designed their own little like teddy bear key rings, and they're so freaking adorable. The merch is a tiny bit pricey, but considering they haven't been to the UK since 2007, I was pretty lucky to be there at the time, so I had to get merch, and it was probably the most bonkers night ever. I just let loose. I don't think I've headbanged as much in my life. I'm surprised I didn't get concussion. And then after the band afterwards, where I really didn't know what to say. Like you have like a dialogue of what you want to say to them, but it just goes straight out the window as soon as you see them in the flesh. But they were like so lovely. I kind of managed to say I'm a big fan and etc. in Japanese and stuff, and they were like saluting me and like, because I was trying to recommend them like British beers, but I'm not sure they understood me. So you know, they speak gobbledygook, but it was probably one of the best nights ever, and I'm glad I went there. So,
yeah, speaking of traditional beers, Jenny, it's same with me with when it came to some Japanese ice, like when it came to cider, and then only one person that understood me was the Miho, the bassist of Love Watch. She understood me straight away. She's home very soon, so.
For me, my last concert was in Japan, and it was in February this year. I literally got to Japan just before coronavirus really took over and really hit. It was still in we're a bit worried stages, but we're okay. And so I went to Japan, and I do think my last live was with Aguma Ayame. So, and she is great. It was just a normal live with her. She played her absolute banger, "Give Me Money."
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
she took everyone's yen. If you don't know what her "Give Me Money" song is, she has a little plastic bag, and she comes around
collecting.
Yeah, she comes around collecting the money, and you just put some money in, and it doesn't matter how much it is. Some people get mistaken, and they just put all their money in.
Because they think they're getting it back, and they are not.
They are never getting it back. It does not come back to you. That's how Aguma pays her bills, I'm sure.
I remember.
But it was so fun, and she's so mad, and she screams at you from the stage, and she yells at you, and she offends you. She never offended me. She would always tell me I look very beautiful, or that she loved me. And it wasn't the last live I went to that was hers, but one of her lives that I went to in Japan, I taught her the Barney song, the "I Love You" song.
Oh my god!
And my friend was just stood there shaking his head like, "How dare you do this?" And I was just like, "I'm doing it." I was just like, "She needs to know this is evil in its truest form."
She's going to look down on every English person from now on. I remember when I was there, and she asked a few of us. There were a few of us gaijin in the crowd, and she started asking what our names were, and I said Matt, and that does not translate well. So it's like but apparently Tom does, which is what she started calling me. She went, no, you are Tom. Tom, like from Matto, maybe, from Matt to Tom. Okay, that works. That's fine. Whatever.
looks like natto, but it's not.
Yeah. No, not Natto.
We don't
Enough
like
of that
natto.
with Hanako.
Oh no. I did not go see I did not go see Hanako whatsoever in Japan. I was like, I'm not going now. I don't want to get messy.
She punched me in the face, dude. Like, no, honest, like, obviously, she does not. She makes a point of not speaking English anyway. But she asked me, and what I didn't realize is she was doing the same thing that Aguma-chan was doing, which was basically saying, "Tell the DJ to play the song." Like there was this big thing about, tell the DJ to play the song. She said that to me in Japanese. She gave me the instruction in Japanese, and obviously I did not have a clue what was going on. So I can't remember what I did. I think I just said thank you or whatever. Mainly because it was like, thank you for acknowledging that I exist here. And she just punched me square in the face. And she has got a good punch on her. I will give her that. Obviously, I wasn't going to tell her that because, I punched her back. No, I did not. But she punched me in the face, and I remember thinking, oh, wow. Okay, Matt punches idols. No, I do not.
That's the episode title.
Matt punches idols. No, thank you.